What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I just got another fragrance in from Fragrance World. Sprayed it on my arm. I've had it on for about 3 hours, and I'm just so impressed by it. Once again, like I seem to be every time I get something from Fragrance World, that I was like, you know what? Let's talk about my 7 favorites. 7 that I believe that if you're looking for some affordable clones that are super accurate to what they're cloning, these are 7 that you should really give a shot from Fragrance World. Stay tuned. And the one that's on my arm that I just got in, it's Eau de Spice Extreme. Mark and Victor. It's quite a funny name, but clearly you can tell by the theme, even though it doesn't look like a grenade, they're going for Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme. Peppered vanilla is basically how you can look at it. I did get a big blast of that earthy tobacco smell early on. I would say this is every bit of 85 to 90% of Spice Bomb Extreme. Way better option than Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla, in my opinion. Yeah, that was the way to go for the longest time for 20 bucks. But get out the way, Cremo. This is way better, much more accurate to Spice Bomb Extreme itself. 3 hours in, and it's still pumping very strong off skin. I'm not saying it's going to be some monster beast overall, but it's definitely going to be above average in performance on my skin. Because, like I said, not a skin scent 3 hours in. This is some good stuff. I'm looking forward to wear this one more and more throughout the fall and winter season because that's definitely what it's suited best for. But the reason for this video in the first damn place because I was inspired to do it because of Eau de Spice Extreme. This next one's probably my personal favorite. It's the one I wear the most. I reach for it quite often. It is F La Parfum, which is a clone of YSL Y La Parfum. Beautiful citrus apple, full of aldehydes, fresh and spicy, clean and musky, only this is a little bit spicier than the original, a little bit creamier in the dry down, performs about what in that 6 to 8 hour range, even more so in the 8 to 9 hour range in longevity. Pretty loud for about 2 hours. But smells so good. I mean, if you like the Y line, this is Y La Parfum. It's about as close as I can imagine you can get. And some people keep asking me about Lattaf's Fakar Black. That's more YSL Y Eau de Parfum, not La Parfum. It's more EDP, not La Parfum, which that is a slightly spicier version of YEDP. But if you're like me and you like the La Parfum flanker, they nailed it with this one. This is so good. This is the Fragrance World fragrance I wear the absolute most. I keep going back to it. If I was just keeping 10 clones in that video, this was one of the 10 because it's that accurate. It's one of my favorite DNAs. Performs really well. It's affordable. What's not to like? If you like blue fragrances, you should absolutely give this one a shot. It's F La Parfum, a clone of Y La Parfum. So at the recording of this, I just got this in the last couple of days. I've only done a couple of test sprays so far. It's lined up to get worn when I have this cool front rolling in over the next couple of days. This is a dead ringer for Renheit La Parfum. It's Renheit Parfum. I mean, clearly they were going for Fahrenheit. They definitely ripped the bottle off here. It's not quite as short and stout, but it's close. It's kind of in between original Fahrenheit's bottle design and the La Parfum. But guys, syrupy, thick, licorice rum. The violet leaf here has a little bit of a metallic ozonic feel, but has that petroleum violet smell to it as well from Fahrenheit. This is a dead ringer. Performance in my testing so far has been in that 6 to 7 hour range. Not quite a beast, but slightly above average type of stuff. And it just smells so damn good. It's rich, like I said, syrupy thickness. Like it's just so dense. I'm surprised it doesn't last longer. Again, it's not a full wearing, and it could be a little bit of anosmia, but 6 to 7 hours to me is nothing to shake a stick at. Great stuff. I'm so glad I picked this one up. We'll be doing a full review very soon at the recording of this. I got to spend some more time with it, but early stages of testing so far, I've been very impressed. Absolutely worth trying if you don't want to spend the $100+ on the 75 ml of what it's cloning. It's a dead ringer for it. The quality is not quite as good as Dior's, but close enough, man. I mean, they pretty much nailed down the scent profile. I would call this 90% accurate. Really good stuff. Definitely worth trying if you're a fan of Fahrenheit. And the best version of Fahrenheit, in my opinion, is the Parfum. So, Renheit Parfum. What I believe to be the most accurate of this bunch to what it's cloning. This is a clone of L'Homme La Parfum from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is Essencia L'Homme La Parfum. Very strange name. You can see it right there on the chest. Man, is it good though. Warm, spicy, ambery, powdery, floral, and sweet. Performance is great too. It is a dead ringer. Dead ringer. Out in the air, super difficult to tell a difference. Dead ringer for L'Homme La Parfum. Again, is it the exact same quality? No, but it's not that far off because it's not like Jean Paul Gaultier's super high quality niche fragrances in the first place. Man, we're going to spray this one more time. Actually, we're going to give it a little spritz on hand. It's so accurate. It really is. I deem this one 90 to 95% accurate. You got to like powdery iris, though. It's not super waxy, but it is super powdery. If you're not a fan of powder bombs, be wary, because it's warm, spicy, ambery cardamom smell dominates this fragrance with this powdery iris and a little bit of tonka bean sweetness. That intensifies the powder, obviously. Oh, but it's such a good one. This is absolutely a must-try from them. If you're looking for some great options as far as accuracy and you like iris, no reason not to give it a shot. It's Essencia La Parfum, a clone of L'Homme La Parfum. This next one, not the most accurate version of Elysium Parfum Cologne I've ever smelled, but it's a decent performer. Falls in at 5 to 6 hour range in longevity on my skin. It's a little bit more on the fresh, spicy side than the real deal. Not quite as metallic, but it's still very citric and woodsy as it dries. It is Imperium from Fragrance World. Clearly a clone of Elysium Parfum Cologne from Raja Parfums. This is a good one though, guys. It really is. Pretty accurate, but not spot on accurate. Definitely not. It has its differences. That's why I would say this is like 80%. It's overall extremely close, but not a carbon copy. Not spot on. Not on the level of like F La Parfum and Essencia La Parfum. Those are almost spot on to what they're cloning. This is close. This is close. This offers a little bit of a tweak and a slightly more fresh, spicy experience overall to a beautiful, super attractive scent profile in Elysium Parfum Cologne. And decent performance. Will some people get less longevity than that? Absolutely. 30 minutes, bro, and then it's gone. I hear it all the time for pretty much every fragrance. I'm surprised I haven't heard that about red tobacco yet. Give it time. That day will come, I'm sure. And they won't be joking. They'll be serious. Or at least they'll present it as being serious. But I digress. That's neither here nor there with this fragrance. But you might get the dreaded 30 minutes. You might get 5 or 6 hours like I do. You might get 10 or 12. You never know till you put it on your skin. But you can get it in the sub $30 price point. And it smells pretty close. Like I said, if you like a slightly more fresh, spicy smell than just that super sharp metallic citrus, you still get some of that, but it's toned back a little bit. That beautiful woodsy tone, a little bit of leather, but not much. But a great smell overall for the money. I think it's definitely worth trying. It's Imperium from Fragrance World. Now this next one, not a dead ringer, because it's not quite as boozy. It's more woodsy and ambery. It's cloning Stronger With You Absolutely, which a lot of you will agree with me is the best version of Stronger With You. This is Proud of You Absolute. Another, rip off of the bottle. They definitely walk the path here. Very ambery, woodsy, warm and spicy. Has the sweetness. It has a boozy smell to it, though I remember looking at a note breakdown for this one, and there was no boozy note, but I believe the benzoin ambery accord that's in here provides a little bit of that feel. Oh, but it smells so good. If you like the Stronger With You line, it's kind of a no-brainer if you don't want to spend the money, because Stronger With You Absolutely, hard to find in stock. Always over $100. Even if you can find it for $90, you can get this for 30-something. And it's about 80-85% accurate overall. I would say probably 85%, where it's very accurate but not spot on. Like I said, it doesn't have the booziness. It's not quite as smooth. It's a little bit more rough around the edges because I get more of a woody nuance to it, adding a bit of sharpness, almost like a cedar wood. I forgot what woody note's in here, but it kind of gives off the smell of that. Very seductive fragrance. Falls right in line with the DNA overall for Strong With You. It's worth checking out in my opinion. That is Proud of You Absolute, clone of Strong With You Absolutely. Last but not least, this is probably the most accurate bottle when it came to ripping bottles off. It's unreal, but the fragrance is spot on. Smoky dates and a heavier woody nuance than the original, admittedly. But this is the one and only Moonlit Night, clone of Dolce & Gabbana, the one Luminous Night. I mean, this, aside from the shape of the cap having the round edges, I mean, that is almost spot on here, right? The fragrance is great, too. It smells so good. Beautiful sweet date smell. Very distinctive sweet fruity smell. Incense heavy. Nice woody nuance. Warm, slightly sharp woody nuance that comes in early. As it dries, you get more of an ambery tone. The woods definitely stand out the whole way through. I get more of it here than I do in the original. That's the biggest takeaway as far as differences that I get. And performance has fallen into that 6 to 8 hour range in longevity so far through my testing, which again, nothing to shake a stick at, but not a beast. So you have to keep that in mind because some people only want, 25, 26 hour long lasting smell from across the street beast mode fragrances. I get it. I don't understand it, but I get it. That's what some people want. So if you're looking for that, none of these are going to work for you. If you're within moderation of falling anywhere from 5 to 10 hours of longevity, some good options that I would encourage you to check out. Now, you're going to have to blind buy these. That's the only thing. So buy with caution. I don't encourage you blind buying, but it's the only way to really try them as far as I know. I've had to blind buy them, but that's why these are all good. I can't guarantee anything. Can't guarantee you longevity. I can't guarantee a compliment. No fragrance can. But I can tell you, if you trust my opinion, that it smells really, really freaking good, and it's super accurate. This is another one that I would put that 90% tag on when it comes to accuracy to the original that it's cloning. They've been doing great cloning these designers, which you would think designer clones, not really all that necessary because most designers from discounters aren't crazy expensive, but in certain instances, when it's done right, it's worth checking out, and that's the case with this, because it's done right. The one and only Moonlit Night cloning Luminous Night in the Dolce & Gabbana The One line. Well, that's the 7 that I wanted to talk to you about today, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What in this video have you tried? Are you familiar with Fragrance World? Is this your first time really diving and doing some research on the brand, and you're looking for some opinions and thoughts to kind of try to make as educated of a blind buying decision as you can? Because like I said, I understand you're going to have to blind buy these. I always have to. As far as I know, you can't sample them, but maybe there's some decant sites out there that you can get decants. I'm not sure, but at least they're super affordable, and they're cloning some very easygoing, easy-to-like fragrances. Until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the 7 we talked about in this video and you give them a spray now, there's a good chance you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.